to get real-time feedback when the gripper drops the workpiece or misses grabbing it during grabbing. Scenario simulation. Install the flexible bones on the gripper. Screw in the connecting rod. This is how it looks after installation. We also offer a side mounting method. Place the soft bone probe on the soft beak and fasten with M3 screw. This is the finished installation. Unlock the clasp. Attach the flexible bone signal cable. Close the clasp. Bend the flexible bone to the proper detection position. Remember to keep the bending radius more than 10 millimeters. Adjust the amplifier threshold. And manually simulate the detection to confirm the signal is normal. Manipulator part dropping simulation test. The flexible bone will detect part dropping, send real-time feedback signals and trigger protective measures. Let's take a closer look at this handy kit. Say F Series Flexible Bone Probe. Flexible bone probe consists of 3 parts: a front bendable section, a middle perforated mounting section, and a tail optical fiber cable with a tail plug. 1. Narrow workpiece inspection area. What if the narrow workpiece fails detection? The flexible bone probe features bendability, enabling manual bending to reach the gaps of soft grippers for detection. Say F Series Optical Fiber Signal Amplifier. How do we obtain feedback once the flexible bone probe is correctly installed onto our soft gripper? At this point, the flexible bone probe needs to be connected to our optical fiber signal amplifier. Say F Series Optical Fiber Signal Amplifier with display area, button area, and tail cable. When the flexible bone probe approaches the workpiece, the amplifier's current reading will increase and decreases when moving away. At the same distance, the probe shows a higher reading on white objects and a lower one on dark ones. Set the amplifier threshold easily. Press SED once with an object present, and press SED again with no object. The flexible bone probe detects the workpiece if the current signal reading exceeds the set threshold, and fails to detect it if the reading is below the threshold. How to set the amplifier's threshold according to the actual scenario. Next, we'll go over how to set it up. 1. How to set the threshold rapidly. With detected object, place probe properly. Press SED once. Without detected object, press detection button once. Short press plus or for fine threshold adjustment. 2. What if the signal amplifier reading is too high? Excessively high readings may be adjusted using the mode switch button. Press and hold mode switch button for 3 seconds. After the screen flashes, short press plus to lower power level. Sensor reading is the maximum at the highest alter level and lowest at the minimum HSB level. Adjust per actual working conditions. Once the gear is confirmed, short press the mode switch button continuously. Gear setting complete when and shows on screen. 3. How to set the signal trigger after part drop. Signal trigger after part drop requires switching between normally open and normally closed modes. Short press mode switch button. Short press plus or button. Switch between normally open L on and normally closed D on. Normally closed mode is generally selected for part drop detection. In the normally closed mode, when the detection value is lower than the threshold value, the workpiece leaves the soft gripper, a signal will be continuously output and the operation indicator light will remain on. Signal output stops when the threshold is reached, the workpiece is gripped, and the indicator light turns off.
Rochu，给机器人一双温柔的手。